found it okay. Everything's cool. Why are you guys behind that screen? No, it's cool. I understand. It's a little early in the morning, but I'm ready to rock and roll as always. Whatever you need. Look in the camera straight. Your name? Okay. My name is Saul Roth, and I'm here auditioning for the part of I was at home when the panic started. At first I watched TV, even did some reading, did some writing. When I got a signal, I didn't see much, and I wasn't in a hurry. I just stayed put. I wanted to live. And I tell you, the screens were something. Very muffled. Could have been a loud television, or a neighbor's door, or something off a computer, but it's different when you know it's real. I knew from day one all I needed to survive was a little food, a little water, but that wasn't hard to come by. I heard a man starts to go crazy in isolating circumstances, starts to see things, starts to hear things. Can you imagine the days all starting to blur together? Instead of being all safe and secure in your little home, you're isolated, surrounded by the dead. Piss, shit, urine, stench of death all around you. The days run together, the hours, the minutes, the seconds. Doesn't take long before a man forgets what day it is, day of the week, what month, what year. At night I heard scratching and clawing and insects or something in the walls just burrowing, and it was rats. I heard rats. They invaded my thoughts. I pled with them to be quiet. Quiet! Stop! Interrupting my silence. But after a while of scratching, I began to imagine them fighting off their own zombies and building their own kingdoms. And eventually they calmed me, and I looked forward to hearing the scratching, and even the smell, the piss and the filth was numb to it. It just was part of being home. When I was finally discovered by the scouting party, I was excited. I thought I was being discovered by another alien life form. I threw my hands up. I was in praise. I wanted to show them my rat kingdoms, introduce them to my friends. I wanted them to hear the scratchings. I wanted them to see my scribblings on the wall. And I proclaimed, "Ah!" And then they hit me. And the tranquilizer sent me to the ground. I woke up in pain. And the rescue team told me something very amazing. I was discovered on day 42. That's it? That's it? That's all you got? What about all those talks and dreams about taking it to the end? I get it. I know, Tammy's writing. Tammy says quit. Tammy says you're done. We're not done. We're not even close to done. I have put everything into this company. You can't quit now. You just can't do it. I won't let you. Come on. Yes, if we lose this lawsuit, we're done. But fuck this lawsuit. This is more important important than that? Do you want to mean and believe all those things you told all of our investors? Then fight with me to the end. I took money from my family. Do you think my family has any money? I didn't take a paycheck last month. I put everything into this company. Everything. I have nothing left. So don't tell me that's it. That's not it. Fuck that's it. Get back on the computer. I'll stay here. We'll put some coffee on and we'll fix this thing. Right now, just me and you. I don't care what the world burns down. Me and you will ride this till the end. Don't quit on me now. Tammy, yes, I know. I put tons of stress. I burdened my family. Did you not hear that part? I took money from my fucking family. They don't have any money. This is not it. It's only it if you give up. Fuck giving up. Fuck giving up. Go with that action face. The action movies are actually pretty easy to get the facial expression. Squinty eyes, forward jaw, an expression like you just smelled a juicy fart. But you thought it was going to smell terrible, and it smells kind of good. Then you get the muscle pump with the fart smell. It's this way. And you lower the vocal cords to more extremities. Actually, that's more fantasy. I am Galsberry from the land of Shalott. We have come to slay the Kraken. Right? Come with me. Come with us. We must leave now. But sire. We must leave now. Come with us. Look. I've just been informed by my strongest general that the hour of their arrival is upon us and an attack is imminent. Do I look afraid? Should any of you look afraid? No. The enemy thinks they're strong, they're smart, that we will cower in defeat and defense, that we are scared. Well, we all tell them we are not scared. We will face them in the streets. We will face them in the roads, on the hills, on the hilltops. And when they come, we will be ready. And we will fight to the last man! I found all the pieces interesting. If you're asking me what I'd like to read first, I think some drama, basic drama. What type of method of acting do I do? Well, I just kind of create a character in my head, and I imagine what they would look like and what they'd see like and what they'd think like, and I kind of daydream, and I kind of put that together, and then I record myself over and over again and look at the video and try to make adjustments. It's kind of like I collect a bunch of data, think about what data would translate to interpretation of that piece of art. So what makes someone sad, quirky, interesting, and boring? What would make someone intimidating? And what that means as far as visual information and audio information, the projection of the voice, the wavering of intensity, trying to make the audio with the physical delivery match the emotion I'm portraying. I know a lot of people will probably answer method acting here. To me, although I'm not insulting actors that do that, because I'd be an idiot to go to auditions and insult other actors. To me, method acting is a bit overrated as far as the authenticity, because everyone's looking for authenticity. Authenticity, is it authentic? Wow, you're such an authentic artist. You're so amazing. But what's authenticity if you're channeling you getting picked on being a narcissist at acting school when you're playing a character who's been raped and beaten to death. Actually, how could you be beaten to death after being raped and still be playing that character? Okay, well, playing a character that's had some insane, intense trauma, and you're polluting that or trying to be authentic by imagining yourself crying at lunch. It's just, it just seems a bit presumptuous and pretentious to me. But it works. There's method actors that look pretty amazing. I also think people get really excited to go method when they're playing a total piece of shit. Like, you get to play this crazy, eccentric, misogynist, raping motherfucker, and you're gonna go method, you're gonna kill rats and run around on the set and be like, ah! But that's okay, I mean, you can do that. But nobody's ever excited to be a method actor if it's gonna be a super polite humanitarian with a nondescript, weird accent that doesn't make any sense and is completely unrelated to the topic at hand. But that's the best way to go overacting, overzealous, and make fun of the exact thing you're just talking about. I have no idea why I triggered there, and that was a horrendous accent. But you said to be as natural as possible, and go with exactly what comes out of my head, so there you go. You get my weirdness. Alright, let's do some drama. When you're getting started in business and you're pitching that idea, you're trying to sell some concept, some beautiful plan you have to change the world and make $1 million. Well, $1 billion now. You start off and you're trying to get that sell, right? Everyone practices your elevator pitch. You got to pitch your company, your ideas. You got to pitch to potential stock investors. You have to pitch to basically anyone who will listen to you. And you start off and you're practicing and you're trying to get your voice all up and you're trying to get your projections right and you're trying to be... Oh, sorry. I've got a little bit of a cold, which makes this come off very natural because that's what it's all about. But back to what I was saying. When you're trying to project yourself and you're trying to be this ultra salesperson because you're trying to pitch this idea, your business, your concept to all the people around you. When you start off, you're kind of nervous and you're trying to get a pace for how to do it. But when you can get them to envision it, when you can explain it in a way where they can taste it, where they can share that podium where you're about to win that award with you, where they can see in your grandest, wildest dreams what this company and what your idea is capable of. When they can feel it and they can taste it, and you've built the vision up piece by piece by piece by piece, and you explain that to them in your elevator pitch and the way you talk about what the possibilities are, and you allow them to visualize it. You wrap your ideas around in this visual cortex world, and you're talking about how millions of pieces of information will be linked together and it's going to revolutionize and modernize and disrupt and rebuild and make incredible changes and restructure the world and do all this amazing stuff. People start to feel it and they start to latch onto it. They need something exciting in their life and the sell becomes easy, becomes so easy. They want to believe you. They want to jump on board. They want to get behind you and they get happy and excited for you, and then all of that enthusiasm and all that visioning and all that projections becomes a normality, and they jump and they build and they build and they build, and pretty soon the hyperbole starts building, and you get this ball of hype and it's building and building and building, and you feel alive and it feels like the entire universe has just lined up to help you, and everyone believes you, so the sell gets easier and easier and easier, and you have more crazy descriptions, and they can taste it, they can see it, they can feel it, and you've got one computer in your bedroom today, but tomorrow you're going to have 10,000 and 10,000 and 10,000 and people all over the world, and your logo's going to be up on the fucking New York Stock Exchange, and it becomes like a drug. so infectious and so addicting that hype becomes this giant ball, and you just inject yourself with it, and when you talk to people about it, it's like you're not even seeing reality anymore. It's projections on top of projections. That was a lot of material. I mean, I don't think I've ever memorized so much material in such a short period of time. Well, luckily, my memory allows me to do that. I spent not very much time getting it all down. Are you ready yet? No, take your time, it's okay. Just letting you know I'm excited and ready for this role. And gotta have some energy, it's early in the morning. If I were you, I'd hate me. I'd look at me with those big judging eyes and just think I'm a regular piece of shit. You're probably doing that right now. You don't know that I know it. You're probably thinking I chose this, that somehow this is all a magical responsibility. Well, I'll tell you, I didn't choose this any more than you chose who your parents were and who you were. You think I want to throw away my life? It's like a beat in my fucking head. No matter how hard I try to calm the demons, I can't do it. And I try fucking hard, harder than your little fucking self could even fucking think about. You think I want to throw everything in the toilet? You think I want to destroy everything? You think I wanted to kill all those people? Hi, I'm here for the audition. 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 Hi. I'm here for the audition. You want to stand right here? I'm ready for the audition now. I'm ready for the audition. Look straight into the camera. Turn to your left. And I'm here auditioning for the part of Paragon. Why Paragon, by the way? Paragon means perfect, right? Why would you... No ask questions yet? Wait to the end? Okay. That was a lot of material. I mean, I don't think I've ever memorized so much material in such a short period of time. Well, luckily, my memory allows me to do that. I spent not very much time getting it all down. Are you ready yet? Okay. We can switch to something else now. You want to do horror? Moderate.
moderate experience with horror. I love horror movies, but did a couple slasher movies. Played the hero slash one of the villains. Kind of a throwback. Definitely have not heard of it. Okay, so let's get started. People always think they can change everything, that somehow they're special. They're some fucking hero fighting against evil and some shit. Watch the History Channel. Watch that shit, you'll see. Sometimes I get so fucking angry. My hate turns to rage, and my rage turns like a fucking grenade and blows the dark saying right in the head. But somehow I take a part of it out of myself, and I watch everything like a movie. Disassociation, fancy fucking name for I'm fucking crazy. And it all goes red. When everything goes to hell, and I'm coming for you, it all goes red. So you better hope to keep me in this fucking cage, and you better keep judging me with those eyes. But you better hope I never get out, because if I do, I'm gonna fucking eat you apart. I'm gonna tear you limb from limb. I'm gonna fucking feast on your heart. Because you deserve it. I'm not an animal. I just feel like one. In this fucking cage! Which one would you like me to read first? Anyone. I don't have a favorite. I can pick one. Alright, hang on. I'm sorry, I do that till it calms me down. It's a little weird, right? But it works for me. How's that? Yeah? I channeled and got the tears to flow. Woo! Nope, definitely don't want to go there again, but I got it for you. Oh, you know, I went meta, thinking about that third grade pet. No, that's not what I was doing. I shouldn't even make fun of it. I make jokes because I'm uncomfortable feeling that way. To be honest, I channeled some dark shit. But still in the fantasy realm, I don't like to go meta with that stuff. Because meta's not so good when you have a darkness inside of you. Do you really want to channel hell to give a convincing presentation? Maybe sometimes, but that's a hard bill to pay. Yeah, actually, I did get sad just right there. Not gonna lie. It's tough, you know. It's hard to cry, and it's hard to cry anyways. So to do it from a character is brutal. You gotta really dig deep. But I don't want to think about that. Let's do something more happy now. If you sell people what they want, and you sell them that energy, and you sell them a dream, and you put that fantasy, they put all of their fears and hopes on you, and they hype it. And that hype ball's rolling, and it's rolling, and it's rolling, and it's rolling, but eventually, the holes start to show. The cracks come out. Eventually, people start realizing that it's hollow. There's nothing in there. It's just all stuff you created to fuel the idea, to fuel this vision, to fuel this fantasy land, to get people excited about what you really wanted to do. But somewhere in the process of the whole thing, you lost yourself and you got swallowed up by the hype ball. So when that hype ball's coming, and it starts to unravel, it starts to poke these holes. All these people that believed in you, when they were believing in you, when you were making a sale, they were talking about their kids, they were talking about their family, they were talking about changing the world and leaving a legacy. They were talking about all these grandiose ideas. They were happy, they were smiling, with tears coming out of their eyes. Maybe not that dramatic, but sometimes. Now start to turn. They start poking those holes at you. And they're like, why didn't you tell me this? Why didn't you do this? And they treat you like the most evil piece of garbage that ever existed. They treat you like you're a fucking con man. Like you're an evil bastard who purposely used their hopes and fears. When that fantasy starts to rip away and they start looking at the reality of this hype ball that's rolling down the fucking cliff, things get ugly. And they get ugly fast. I was so alone. So alone. I was socially awkward and shy as a kid. Not like me now, although still shy. And after school, everything disappeared. I didn't have Zenbook and VR World. I didn't have, if you want to go old school, Facebook or Instagram. Everything just disappeared. And I didn't have a lot of friends. And so the whole world went blank. I played video games by myself. When I could even get video games, those were mostly bad. So I pretty much just ran around by myself. And everything was awkward, and I just lived in my own world. So technology isn't always bad. I was taught that it was bad. I was taught it was to be shunned. It was bad and not to put my life out there. And that backfired. I was just a socially awkward kid that never had the interactions needed to develop, so I never learned how to relate to people and how to make things happen. Luckily for me, I came out of that. Ended up being doing better than I probably would have if I would have started at the right time. But isolating. Without technology, you really don't realize how isolating the world can be, especially if you're socially awkward or shy. I think if I would have had technology earlier, I may have came out of my shell much sooner. That's all I have to say about that. What would I have liked to have had? Like what the normal kids had, VR phones, more time in the simulator, just the ability to do more stuff. So you ready for the super emotional stuff? Okay. Now, it said in the audition script to cry. I'm gonna give it my best shot. I can do it, but crying is pretty intense. I'll try to get deep enough into the character that I can cry some tears for you. I don't even cry in real life, so this will be something. we there yet? We're always there, right? Where are we going? Where's society going? I'm a little bit too much of an idealist for this next sentence to make a lot of sense, but I heard you say you thought humanity was a joke, and that we're not progressing, that the thorn inside humanity's side is humanity itself. You kind of went a little meta with me there. Am I paraphrasing this right? Well, here's the deal. It's only a joke if you expected some type of normalcy, some type of normal, something it was supposed to be. If you were... It's almost comical to me that we have it so good, we've conquered nature so well that our biggest complaint is how bad we feel about our success in dominating the entire world. If it would have been any other species, they wouldn't give a shit. You think an ape would care if he killed all the humans and conquered the world and had tons of ape sex and made lots of ape babies and was hanging out? No, they'd be so happy. If you go to lower level life forms, even including an ape, you're pretty much insignificant. No matter what you do, no one will ever know who you are, care about you, sing your stories, tell your tales, or connect you to anyone else. You can't. An ape can't invent something that's going to change the way all apes live. Humans are really interesting because we're the first thing in existence to make ourselves important outside of ourselves. Does that make sense? Anyways, don't beat yourself up so hard. Anyways, don't beat yourself up over it. It's incredible how well we're even doing and that we're even here. None of this even makes any sense. So don't beat yourself up. Apes wouldn't, neither would ants. I know that's probably not too helpful, but I'm trying to get you to think on the bright side. Yes, I'll help you hang these posters. Hi, babe. I miss you. I miss you so much. I miss you so much. Nothing is the same without you. I'm hurting. I'm hurting so badly. So sorry. I'm sorry. I did bad things. And you ran away from me. And I know why. That doesn't make me miss you less. I miss you so much. So much. There's very little to say except I love you and I miss you and I'm sorry. I don't deserve this. I mean, you deserve better than me, but I love you and I just want another chance. Can you give me one more chance? Please. The universe wants us to be together. My life without you is unimportant. Because I love you. I'm drowning and I'm dying here without you, babe. I don't know what to do. Nothing is the same. I see your ghost everywhere. I see it everywhere. I see I pick up something and I just remember when you were holding it. I remember the way you smell, the way you taste, the way you look, the way you laugh, the way you smile. And it just spirals in my head and I can't get you out of my head. And I walk outside, I just remember when we were there and everything just plays in my head like a movie and I'm so lost. I'm so lost. I'm drowning here without you. I'm drowning. I know I don't deserve another chance, but I'm almost suicidal. You are my everything. I know that's not healthy. And I put all that stress on you and I gave you all that stress to be that person, for someone to bring them to the world. You were my everything. My everything. My dream, my reality. My everything. And I'm drowning. And I know you're not coming back, but God, it fucking hurts. I'm trying to make it through. I'm trying to be strong. I'm trying so hard. I just don't know. I love you. I love you. Goodbye. Goodbye, baby. I'll always love you. I'll always love you. You are my special person. I love you, man. When you're getting started in business and you're pitching that idea, you're trying to sell some concept, some beautiful plan you have to change the world and make $1 million. No, $1 billion now. You start off and you're trying to get that sell, right? Everyone practices your elevator pitch. You got to pitch your company, your ideas. You got to pitch to potential stock investors. You have to pitch to basically anyone who will listen to you. And you start off and you're practicing and you're trying to get your voice all up and you're trying to get your projections right and you're trying to be... Oh, sorry. I've got a little bit of a cold, which makes this come off very natural because that's what it's all about. But back to what I was saying. When you're trying to project yourself and you're trying to be this ultra salesperson because you're trying to pitch this idea, your business, your concept to all the people around you. When you start off, you're kind of nervous and you're trying to get a pace for how to do it. But when you can get them to envision it, when you can explain it in a way where they can taste it, where they can share that podium where you're about to win that award with you, where they can see in your grandest, wildest dreams what this company and what your idea is capable of, when they can feel it and they can taste it, and you've built the vision up piece by piece by piece by piece, and you explain that to them in your elevator pitch and the way you talk about what the possibilities are, and you allow them to visualize it. You wrap your ideas around in this visual cortex world, and you're talking about how millions of pieces of information will be linked together, and it's going to revolutionize and modernize and disrupt and rebuild and make incredible changes and restructure the world and do all this amazing stuff. People start to feel it, and they start to latch onto it. They need something exciting in their life, and the sell becomes easy, becomes so easy. They want to believe you. They want to jump on board. They want to get behind you, and they get happy and excited for you, and then all of that enthusiasm and all that visioning and all that projections becomes a normality, and they jump and they build and they build and they build, and pretty soon the hyperbole starts building, and you get this ball of hype, and it's building and building and building, and you feel alive, and it feels like the entire universe has just lined up to help you, and everyone believes you, so the sell gets easier and easier and easier, and you have more crazy descriptions, and they can taste it, they can see it, they can feel it, and you're You got one computer in your bedroom today, but tomorrow you're gonna have 10,000 and 10,000 and 10,000 and people all over the world, and your logo's gonna be up on the fucking New York Stock Exchange. And it becomes like a drug. So infectious and so addicting that hype becomes this giant ball, and you just inject yourself with it, and when you talk to people about it, it's like you're not even seeing reality anymore. It's projections on top of projections and vision boarding on top of vision boarding, and I hate Mark Zuckerberg. I shouldn't hate him. I really shouldn't. He was more of an opportunist than some amazing revolutionary. And everyone's an opportunist. I should be happy that he succeeded. Even with all the scrupulous things Facebook has done, he still succeeded. He did what I dreamed about and what all these entrepreneurs dream about. He built a company from his fucking dorm room, from nothing, into being one of the most profitable companies that ever existed in the history of mankind. It spread like a literal virus. It was one of the initial social media sites responsible for the word viral marketing. It became its own verb to Facebook someone. It's crazy. But I hate him. I shouldn't hate him. I should be happy. I should be okay at it. I should be at ease, but I hate him. I hate him, I hate him, I hate him, I hate him. I shouldn't hate him. It's not my fault my company failed. It is, actually. It is my fault, but companies fail. Ideas make it, ideas don't. I was a dreamer. I believed if you had a good enough idea, if your heart was in the right spot and you worked hard enough and you put enough energy and you put enough beauty into it, that you could do anything, and that people would reward that. I thought social media and sites like what would become Facebook would make the world better, and people would be sharing ideas and building these amazing things and following their passion. But mostly people share cat memes, hate on each other, talk about politics, invade each other's privacy, and all that data is sold and collected to do things like rig elections and not make the world better. I shouldn't hate it. Facebook doesn't even make sense, even from an opportunistic standpoint. Why did I succeed at fucking believing a bunch of bullshit and failing? It's easy to do. Take a look at the success stories. Take a look at the ones that really won. Let's look at Facebook. Let's look at Facebook. The best analogy for Facebook, which is always overused, you've probably already heard it a million times, is Facebook is a bumblebee. If you look at a bumblebee, it looks like flight for it is almost impossible. Yet there it is, flying perfectly. Amazing, beautifully, better than your beautiful looking engineered little plane thing. No, the bumblebee flies better, even though it looks like flight is almost impossible. Yet there it is. If you would have told me that a social network could be built starting with Harvard alum, so the most prestigious college in the US and one of the most prestigious colleges in the world, and be just full of those people, and then expand to other less prestigious colleges, why the Harvard people stayed, I probably would have said very unlikely. Actually impossible, because I'm stupid and make generalizations. And he said the same group would expand to high schools and middle schools, and people still will stay. And then Farmer Joe and Mom and Dad, and everybody still stays. Young, old, all posting all this crap. I would have said impossible, but I would have been wrong. Mark Zuckerberg is so successful. That's why you hear about him. But it was more of an opportunist than a dreamer. I wanted to build a network of ideas to help people connect around what they're passionate about. To help people use all these social connections to actually do something, not just complain. I failed because I wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough to see, to take advantage. And Mark Zuckerberg was. And I shouldn't hate him, but I do. Which one would you like me to read first? Anyone. I don't have a favorite. I can pick one. Alright, hang on. I'm sorry, I do that so that it calms me down. It's a little weird, right? But it works for me. I tried to drink away your mom's memory, and it never went away. And every morning, it hurt worse, and I felt worse. You know, I found her. And I held her for the last time. I held her. I held her in my arms. And I said goodbye for the last time. I loved her so much. I loved her so much. I loved her so much. I didn't even want to live anymore without her. My life was a blur because she was so beautiful and so sweet. And I held her so tight that she wasn't. There's nothing I can do. I tried. I tried. My teenage life. Well, I lived in kind of an interesting place. It was remote enough that we hadn't been invaded by technology yet. So while everyone talks about their teenage life being hooked up to VR and Sims, mine was in a small town with a religious sect that didn't allow technology. So I am the only person in this day and age, I won't say only, there's probably some tribesmen on top of a fucking mountain somewhere. But the only person in this metropolis that grew up without technology. Now most of you are gonna expect some romantic, soft-sung story of how that gave me a greater appreciation for nature and how I was this creative super being. No, the number one word is isolating. How was that? Good. Well, couldn't get the full blood, couldn't get full tears, but I got went pretty dark, got a little watery. But I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I've put every bit as much in this company as you. And I believe we can do it. So I need you to not give up. And let's take this to the end. If you're asking me what to expect from basic training, well, I wasn't a super soldier or anything. Sorry to disappoint you. But I will tell you a couple things. It's not like the movies, you know, you're gonna spend more time standing in lines, waiting. The expression they said was, yeah, hurry up and wait. That'll take some meaning to you. You're gonna have drill sergeants in training, so your drill sergeants will always stress all these tasks, and they'll make it seem like you really have to know it and your life depends on it. And although your life could depend on it, they're gonna pass you anyways. So a lot of the people there are just gonna suck. It's important you know that, so that you don't get too depressed when you spend forever trying to reassemble and disassemble your own 16 when another person can't even put it together themselves. You think I'm kidding? There's a soldier that couldn't put his fucking weapon back together by himself, and here I am trying to disassemble and reassemble it in 60 seconds, reassemble it to someone with a blindfold on, all this stupid crap. So anyways, just enjoy it. You spend most of your time doing physical fitness marching drills, you can throw a live grenade, that's cool. Oh, make sure you do enough running. That was one of the things I wasn't prepared for that most people aren't prepared for. Practice running, that's probably the hardest thing, everything else you're good. Just try to run a few miles a day and enjoy it. Stay strong. It's not like the movies, but you should still enjoy it. Good luck. You should have asked me before you joined, though. Not that I would have said no, I did. I just not sure it's for you. Hello. Hi, I'm here for the audition. Yeah, I found it okay. Everything's cool. Why are you guys behind that screen? No, it's cool. I understand. It's a little early in the morning, but I'm ready to rock and roll as always. Whatever you need. Look in the camera straight. Your name? Okay. My name is Saul Roth. And I'm here auditioning for the part of Paragon. Why Paragon, by the way? Paragon means perfect, right? Why would you... No ask questions yet? Wait to the end? Okay. That was a lot of material. I mean, I don't think I've ever memorized so much material in such a short period of time. Well, luckily, my memory allows me to do that. I spent not very much time getting it. Because they don't have that drug anymore. And not only can they not get it anymore because they don't believe the fantasies, the visions, the reality of the hollow fucking ball of hype you built is coming through. They start to pick you apart. And it gets ugly. The same people who said they're gonna climb Mount Everest with you, now want to see you get put in fucking jail for something you didn't do. They say you lied to them, they start filing lawsuits, they start freaking out, they start saying bad things to your family. And by one, all those core people start to pull away. They start to fight. And as the hype ball starts getting torn apart, they fight like little festering rats to get those little bits and pieces left. And you're there just fully exposed. And they treat you like they choose to treat you like you're this lion and you've got all this flock, but they pull away. And the more that hype ball starts getting ripped apart, the more those pieces show, the more the hollowness, the uglier and uglier and uglier it gets. And it gets fucking ugly. Hey, got it. Look at that. Snot and tears. Woo. No, I'm good. We can keep going. That's just intense. You ever... Just give me a second. Really ugly. All right. I thought that piece was pretty intense. Sounds like you had quite the ordeal. Oh, no hands in the pockets. You don't mind if I talk to myself, do you? I feel like all good actors should talk to themselves. But probably the shitty ones do even more than the good ones. Come on, we need something to lighten us up. It's early. Or late. This place is weird. Okay. Let's do another one. From the same core material. That's it. Babe, I left you another message. Please talk to me. I love you. Please talk to me. Please, just answer the phone. I love you. I miss you. I know things weren't great with us, but I miss you so much. Everything reminds me of you. Your smell, your hair. I love you. I want you to come home. Please come home. I know we fight a lot. A lot. And I'll try to do better. We can talk through it. Sometimes even if people are toxic, it doesn't matter if you love them enough. Love does conquer all. And I love you so much. I love the way you smell, the way you feel, the way you look at me, the way your lips taste, the way we cuddle, watch movies, and spend our time together. I love everything about you, babe. And I'm scared. I'm scared to face life without you. I love you. You are my special person. You are my special person. Please come home. Please. I love you. That's one version of that. Were you buying that emotion? Okay, good. never do meta acting. I don't really like it. When you've actually been through some shit, I'm not like some basic bitch shit, like bought the wrong coffee at fucking Starbucks. I mean like some tragic, traumatizing bullshit. It's not cool or trendy or anything. It's just a bunch of shit. Meta acting, that whole point of like thinking and trying to channel stuff that happened in your real life will somehow make you more authentic. I just don't see it. I mean, most actors have emotions so far detached from those characters they're playing that there's such a disconnect that I don't see those emotions as authentic. It's just a masquerade. Remember when your parents didn't get you that perfect gift and you complained to your best friend Sally? That in no way allows you to be more authentic when you're portraying someone who lived their entire life in servitude and is about to get executed for thinking for themselves. I mean, how does that relate? That's why I don't really do meta. I always use fantasy. I just kind of daydream and visualize it and try to pretend. And it doesn't make it authentic. It's not authentic. It's a bunch of fantasy. But so is a script, everything. This whole thing's an illusion, you know? I just kind of craft the illusion the way I think it should be. I fantasize, I daydream, I kind of build my character, and then I practice, and that's what I do instead of meta. Like I'll imagine being on a hill, or imagine watching myself, I'll disassociate, and I'll see my performance, and I'll try to, paint it like a paintbrush. Fuck the artistic bullshit. I try to do a good job, I create a character in my head, I bring that character out, but it isn't a reflection of me or my authenticity, because I don't think meta makes a more authentic presentation. Some actors do a really good job and look real, but I don't think that process is any more authentic than just channeling a fantasy, a daydream, or a crafted reality that isn't bound by your own messed up experiences, that you can craft a look, a feel from scratch. But I have nothing against it if you love meta, and I'll try it if you want me to, but not really my cup of tea. But a cup of tea, we're not in England, I don't drink tea. Not really my energy drink. Let's keep that current. I know, cheesy. Tons of cheesy jokes. But it's better than just deafening silence. That's the other thing, don't take yourself too seriously. At least I think so. Oh, you want me to take too seriously? Okay. I don't know why disassociate. Hello. This is a test of another dream now. This is an ending, another man how. We are a dreaming, and we are but lost. The audition, take one. The audition, take one. Camera check, camera check, camera check, camera check. Boom, and looking here, boom, looking here. And let's talk about acting. If I was gonna have you do an audition right in front of me right now, what's probably the most difficult thing for you to do? For you to act, for you to portray? Right now, on demand, on the spot.
And what do most actors, or many actors, look horrible doing, and the really good actors just nail and everyone's like, damn! Well, there's a bunch of things you may have just come up with, but I'm sure at least some of you said crying on demand, getting so sad or being so emotional in a scene that you cry real tears. Sounds tough, right? It is tough. When I wrote my audition web series, it's about an actor that goes to a mysterious audition and now unravels a mystery. One of his audition pieces, he has to play this character that's distraught from a breakup and starts crying. And so, I had to cry on demand. And it was very, very hard. And then I will play sad music at the same time. If the scene allows for it, I'll put a earpiece in and I'll pipe sad music into my head. But if not, I'll just listen to it right before. Turn that all off, think about it in my head, at the same time try to remember the lines I'm saying for the actual scene. And after a couple false starts, maybe 2 to 4, eventually the tears just hit and then all the emotion comes down and it's really intense. What's crazy and what's cool and what looks nuts if you see it is you can go from like crying, bawling, it looks like you're like physically just terrible and then just snap right out of it. Almost makes me think I'm crazy, but I can do it, and with practice I got it down, so pretty cool. Since the actual film is very minimalistic, I was thinking of what for the title sequences and there's different chapters in it. And I was messing around with Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects and looking at CGI and I went, wait a minute, why the hell am I using CGI? What did they used to use? Well, I mean, what's something that's kind of a throwback that can look really good and it's very simple and beautiful? And I was thinking practical effects. Well, they used to have title cards. Well, what's an easy version of a title card? A piece of paper. You draw on it and then you put it somewhere and you have all kinds of different tools that are very basic but when done right look really good. You can pan in, you can tilt, you can zoom, you can focus, you can shake. There's different things you can do just on the camera movements. Not only that, then you can filters still are good, right? You can use black and white, you can use different things. But the idea is to create something practical, something in front of us, something real, without using CGI that'll complement the audition. Or whatever the heck I'm doing, because this is so rough.